Greetings and welcome to my dear Gemini. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. I shall be doing a reading for the energy of Gemini, and essentially we'll be going through the energy of the third house, communications and fluidity within communications, scholasticism, as well as the scholarly, the student, tutelage, discipline, initiation, Mercury, priesthood, catalyzation, initiation, rituals. These are all encompassed within the three portals reading, which I'm about to do for you. If you are new to my channel, these three portals are essentially designed to bring in visions, three separate visions of certain energies or certain people that come in and affect your karma, your flow, okay? My readings are designed for guidance. They are not designed to manipulate in any sort of way. They are honest, and hopefully you can take what you will of it and apply it to your own narrative in terms of a life, okay? So please clear your mind, and I do appreciate you tuning in. Very much appreciate your support, your likes, and your subscribes. If you would like a private reading, I am available. However, I've never had a proper reading with a Gemini for quite some time at least. So I don't expect much from you. The first portal is now opening. For the energy of Gemini, the third house is also opening. Welcome. Okay. There is a choice here. Choice involves being true to yourself, or perhaps letting down a bit of your power in order to support a passionless connection. This connection deals with love lost or love that is not properly gained, one or the other. There's a great deal of karma in this situation as well. You find strength by looking away from it as well, coming into a type of newness away from this energy. The idea is to protect yourself from all that is calamity or mischief. You're finding that someone is not entirely honest with you in terms of the connection that you share. Yeah, there's either hidden love or unexpressed potentialities that should be reckoned with here, and also a great deal of passion that is lost, unfortunately, within the connection. You feel on the deep, on a deeper sort of undertone, you feel like you still want to offer this connection somehow. But each time you do, your offers become unnoticed. So you're trying to understand and grow through this connection by understanding a bit more of your intuition and trying to weigh out different aspects about your intuition, weighing out where left or right or wrong certain things are intuitively hitting. As you do this, the sort of truth shall emerge as well, a choice. And the choice is being made currently, at least that I find, being more towards yourself. As you choose yourself, there's an ability to protect yourself against this energy, as well to cut out anything that has to do with useless efforts or useless thoughts, and to come out clean from that. There's a version of yourself that is evolving that requires a bit of an avoidant quality. As you do this, there's a great revolution and a new cycle occurring that will bring you to a victory. This also has to do with this person representing a bit of a demon for you, and casting their energy out is very important. Okay, that is the first portal. The second portal is now opening. First portal is closed. The second portal is now opening. Mm-hmm. Okay, so once again, there is something that you are emotionally tethered to, at least for the time being. This has an emotional weight, something that is trying to be completely left aside. It's crowning your reading for the second portal, meaning that there's something that can no longer be invested into because you see that it is a bit consuming in terms of your efforts as well. You can't seem to find a sense of purity in it or a sense of happiness, a sense of joy within the situation. Therefore, this is very deep, by the way. It has to do with some sort of expectation um, that is overflowed, something that is overflowed, something that is ended. And the more you contribute to this, the more it becomes kind of like a landslide effect or a very muddy, unnecessary sort of extravagance, at least for your part. So the more you contribute to this, even though you feel very loyal to it, yeah, very, very loyal to it, there certainly is something about it that has to do with the realization that you can have that this love that you hold for this structure or this thing that is no longer bearing something nice. I mean, it's mostly a deluge sort of feeling, a flood or a landslide. And the more you contribute to it, the more it becomes unnecessary, like I said. You're trying to make a new beginning. It's being negotiated between the past and the present. One has to do with essentially being accepted by your community, also working hard on that, converting the energy of happiness or potentialities of love into something more grounded in terms of materiality, your finances, your work, and all of that. There also is something about um, really cutting out and letting go and trying to avoid this old energy. This has to do also with some trauma within family units that needs to be repaired in some sort of way. As you move into the future, there's something about you that is coming into a form of enlightenment, but because of such, your body takes a toll. So remember to be very healthy when you're hanging out or when you're doing things. Or not doing things, to be very still, and also to understand that anything that requires the emotional input of your external environment into yourself can be very insightful, meaning that you can be in a natural antennae for others, or at least have a very deep spiritual inclination. I see that very strong here. Spiritual inclination with especially society or elements within humanitarian goals or anything that has to do with spiritual organizations. Okay, very strong here. It will help you. There also is something about the motivations of the past that is moving forward into the future that you feel hesitant about. But there also is the possibility that you can retrace your steps and understand through your own motivations or through the motivations of others you have dealt with how things were not done so in the best of finesse, okay, in the best of style, where things naturally were fluid in terms of what was said or what was done. Something that was once shady will help you to understand more of the behavioral characteristics of humans in general, and this will be your greatest lesson. Okay, so the human condition becomes very, very strong here, and understanding sort of the laughability of it all, the sort of joke, the major joke that that emerges out of all of that jazz. It's a lot of jazz. Here, Gemini. The third portal is now opening, and I am gutted. So this will be the last portal, obviously. Yeah, threes are very important for you. Third portal is now opening. Okay. Interesting. The axis of possession is here as well. The movement from the 7 to the 8. Some sort of breach from the self to the other. possibility to find stillness in all of this, to find some sort of head. Um, Main challenge. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's your energy. And the Hierophant is pointing at all of this, as well as pointing back to something that you have tried to essentially end, but still you are devoted to it. That's always the thing with the Hierophant. It's so retroactive. So once again, Taurus and Scorpio are here. The axis of possession, deep spirituality, as well as materiality in a spiritual way is here. Finding power and empowerment, enchanting certain things. This is the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. It's very deep, very intense, very sensual. Okay. Also, with the energy of Scorpio, it's transformative. That's what you're moving towards, a transformation of a type of mature love, an offer that could not be made, an offer that was very close to becoming something very important, but also something that you had to leave, and that was in the past in order to find happiness. As you did that, there was a sense of karma and retribution. You were walking in the path of Taurus, meaning that there was something about you that was naturally at ease, or perhaps at home, or perhaps completely stabilized within yourself, slowly moving, excuse me, and also understanding a bit more of the aspect of love and sensuality that is more physically inclined. It's very strong here. There's something about what you're dealing with on an emotional level that is transforming. You are seeing even the outer world transform itself, and this is very much on your mind. It's what's crowning you. So you are not attached to these emotions, but you see them um, as vessels, or material vessels in which they can be manipulated or controlled from a distance, to understand your own materialistic needs or inclinations towards satisfying your own desires on on the level of the materialistic. Okay, my dear Gemini, there's something here also about the split between the energy of cups here, and it's a reckoning in which the past, or what is above or what is below, is being negotiated into the future and being completely revolutionized, recycled in a way. There's something about the motivations of trying to get away from something, being emotionally detached, so that you can understand how to offer properly. The offer is not made anywhere. In fact, you're holding on to some sort of idealization that needs to be transformed. This is all very chaotic from you, but you're coming from the place of the sun, so you feel as if you can take it. You have the energetic resources to take it, and as you approach the energy of Aquarius, as well as the wheel, there's something very Uranian about, or perhaps ingenious, or perhaps chaotically sort of absurd about the future that will prove to be very eccentric. Major changes and major sort of social isms are going to be sort of shifted for you. And this will be for your own betterment, meaning that you could rise to power or lose what you don't need. Loss is very much emphasis here. So there could be, especially with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio coming up, a deep spiritual insight that involves you going to a form of an underworld to understand a bit of the darker motivations of something, seeing those as, like Dante's Inferno, as something that is not you, but of the human condition once again. And you are able to understand more of the idealizations of your own love, or perhaps your own sort of propriety when it comes to the wisdom you've been handed down from others in terms of how to treat love, or how to understand art and creation, and more of the feminine urges that are pushing you forward into the future. Where the energy of Aquarius is always about structures falling down, and Scorpio structures falling down, especially with the tower, which is not showing, but death is here. Something that needs to be revived in order to be sort of reconstituted in its own social value. Okay? Yeah, and you seem indebted to this. Something about this is pulling you into a type of commitment, okay? A commitment of past things that have to do with the axis of it's not an axis, but essentially the energies of Libra and Taurus, which is the 2 and the 7. Um, very strong divide between that, finding pleasure, or perhaps the inner child emerges from that. And as this occurs, you remain pure because what you've been handed down essentially is something borrowed from your own stability, your own sort of emotional objectivity. You are able to understand how karma and how death and regeneration cycles can combine to create a spinning effect. And from this spinning, the potter's wheel, you lose things, and the center, if you can be centered, remains the same. And that's the beautiful sort of mandala showed here. Um, the center always stays the same within the potter's wheel, within the mandala. There's a focal point there. So what it's saying here is that you can be emotionally detached, which is not a bad thing. As you do this, there will be a center point that will help you to understand, while everything is spinning out of control, your own sense of love and propriety within that love, okay? All right, that has been one hell of a journey. I am done. And I thank you, my dear Gemini. Please take the time to hit the like button if you will. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. That's fine. I'm available for personal readings if you would like. I can be made available for you personally. So please take care now, and wish you the very best of October. I will see you in November for the Great Mirror. Bye.